That's the camera. There you go.
Okay, you're recording. Yeah, you can see the red REC at the top. Okay.
You gotta point to your.
It says REC.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, here, let me.
Okay, guys. Thank you for coming today. And we will begin, as we always do, with the Pledge of Allegiance. All hail Santa Bob Callahan. And uncover, please. And I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Would anyone care to lead us in an invocation?
I would.
Thank you, Santa Bob.
Oh, there is a God. Praise the Lord. Say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you. Happy Palm Sunday to one and all. I want everybody to know God does things in His own way. And I've been begging and pleading with Him, and He's been listening to me with just my little whim. It isn't earth-shattering or doesn't change the world, but I wanted to finish my book before the unit died. And I'm about 10 pages into the book. The book's 56 pages. I'm about 10 pages into it, and it stopped making PBS. Oh. So I checked with the printer. I can put it on JPEG. Hallelujah. Say hallelujah.
Hallelujah for JPEG.
Okay. So then I get the book down, and I made deeper a birthday card, and the computer died again. It is gone. It is dead. So our hope is that this thumb drive I sent to Joe Mystic still works. It works. Say hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
All right. So thank you, dear Lord, for listening to us and our little materialistic wishes. And praise God. Thank you for this wonderful gathering. And happy Palm Sunday, everybody.
Well, the next order is to thank our host and hostess for the day, Luann and Randy Big Dog. I apologize for the lack of communication. We will make things smoother next time. We are truly grateful for your sponsorship for these events. Indeed, 3 of our largest and most well-attended events every year are courtesy of your generosity and willingness to sponsor us. So thank you. If I read that correctly, do I still have to come over and walk your dog? Okay. I'd like, let me see here. We've got the sign-in sheet. Oh, I'll tell you what. Is there anybody here for the first time? Oh, you two. Okay, did anybody here bring a guest who's here for the first time? Thank you. Lee Angel, who's your guest?
Bob's been here. Bob's the Virgin Santa Claus. It was his first year. He was up at the Burbank Mall, and he worked for Cherry Hill.
All right. Bob. Santa Bob.
Bob plays for Torrance, had a real good time. Had an experience like no other, as you all know.
Gonna do it again this year?
Preaching to the choir. We'll preach on. Preach on.
Yeah, looking forward to doing it every season.
Cool. Excellent.
First time at Burbank Mall. Real nice place to work. Love friendly people. Good staff that I work for.
So he's been in the red suit, and he knows Lee Angel, and he's still here. So hey, mad props. Was it the Woods over here? Did you guys here for the first time? No. I didn't think you had a guest here for the first time. Introduce your guest for us.
I'm Santa Bob, and this is my son Don. He's from Surprise, Arizona.
All right. Bob Callahan.
Yes, many of you have met my daughter Vicki, but this is the first time her husband Gary has been with us.
Did you say your hometown was Surprise, Arizona? Man, is it just me, or are there some towns in Arizona where you're going to just wonder how they came up with the name? It was a surprise! I know, right. Is it, where's Truth or Consequences? Is that in New Mexico? Yeah, New Mexico. Okay.
Is that right?
Right.
We got a new guest over here.
Yes, please.
Sound of Pete?
Pete!
I'm Pete. Brand new, just joining us last year. Already. So I think I'll be continuing on and on.
How'd you find out about our little Uncle Drew?
From Callahan.
All right, Santa Bob. All right. Santa Bob out there proselytizing like the saint he really is. That's right. Is there? Yeah, I know. Hey, I have to pull Diva back into the car if we go by a homeless guy nowadays. She's halfway out the window with a card. Okay, is there anybody I've missed? Anybody else here for the first time? Right, thank you. My Debbie's directing today. Lori's directing today. She's gonna make sure I face the camera at least once in a while. Okay, so let's take care of the guests.
I think that they were here for the first time.
Oh, Senator Robert Tatangelo, are you here for the first time?
No, I'm here before.
Weren't you the first time?
Are you talking about Mike and Katie Lambert?
Yeah. Orange County.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah. Okay. Oh, is that true? Have you guys not attended an OC meeting before?
Yes, we
Well,
Yes, they have.
okay.
not here.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Very good. All right. So you're saying the Elks finally dropped the restraining order?
Yeah.
They actually. Remember, we're from the IE, we'll speak slower.
Okay.
Okay.
I tell you what, we've got. Okay, well I'll just stick with the agenda here.
Peter.
This is the point in the meeting where I would normally ask for approval for last month's minutes. However, between my unavailability and Craig Honoroff's illness, our secretary's illness, we did not have text minutes this month. I did send out a link about 24 hours ago. I sent out a link to the video. So as you guys can see, we record our meetings and they're all available in our archive. So if you ever want to go back and check a decision or a discussion or something, they're all available. So that's in lieu of minutes this week. We had the video available. Bob?
My minute showed up online.
Your minutes?
Yeah, we got yours.
He did yesterday.
But anyway,
I think he did them yesterday.
Oh, send Craig.
but anyway, go online and, I move that we accept as posted.
I have a motion to accept the minutes as submitted by the secretary. I have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Nay. Thank you for gagging the Lamberts over there. Okay. Sunshine report. Sunshine Secretary Diva Claus.
It is 64% humidity today. And yes, the sun is shining.
55. Pizza number 55. There we go.
I knew he was at least 55. So we had birthdays this month. In the month of March, we have Santa Lauren, I believe.
Yay! 37 years old.
We have Sister Katie over here. She's going to be in a couple more days.
Yay!
These are ones I remember off the list. So is there anybody else? No. Is there anybody else in the room with a birthday in the
Diva
month of
did have a
March?
birthday on the 20th.
50. I joined some of you in the fives.
I think she looks pretty good for 57 years old. Don't you think?
Welcome to our.
I love it. And as I told them earlier, if I can still do this at our gatherings, I'm still doing good. So I might not be able to afterwards.
Thank you. Thank goodness they had a salad earlier, so they're probably fun.
So if you'll all join me in singing happy birthday to those in the room with a birthday in March, I would appreciate it.
All right.
2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ruth. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Sunshine Secretary.
Oh, and we have a lot of stuff for the raffle, and I'll let you know the 50-50 later.
Oh, yeah.
What number?
53, all right. Yeah, it's starting to look like a yard sale over here, guys. She has been loading up for you guys. She brought in a lot of good stuff for the raffle today. And she'll tell you about that. There's a story behind that bottle of wine. I'm sure she'll tell you about it if you ask her. All right, next item on the agenda is the treasurer's report. Our treasurer, of course, is Bob Callahan.
We got $390 in the bank.
Yay!
Plus in a little envelope in my briefcase, we got $77 from last month 50-50 raffle that will go to Christmas charity.
All right.
Very brief and compact. Could you keep yours to that now?
All right.
Oh, I know.
All right, this for activity reports, I believe Kathy Perron is going to help Debbie. Did Debbie brief you on our next meeting? Okay, I'm hoping that our next meeting, of course, is Sarducci, and I'm hoping that I'm correct when I say it is the third Saturday.
It's the 18th of
And
April.
it is April 18th. That is correct.
No,
Okay.
no, wait a minute. 51? 58.
51, whoa.
The 11th, I mean, the 11th, not the 18th.
That's only 2 weeks.
Yes.
It's the 11th.
Ed is working on the
It's the
18th as King Neptune.
Okay,
It is the 18th, he said.
excuse me, the 18th, Jan and Ed Howie will not be there. I am hosting Sarducci's on the 18th of April.
Bob, you are correct.
They are
He is not
hosting,
available
I'm
on the
hosting in their
18th,
place.
but he has already delegated.
Yes.
So, it is correct, the 18th.
What time?
11 a.m., it's usually 11 when we meet over there, right? Yeah. Okay, 11 a.m. on the 18th, Saturday the 18th, 11 a.m. And this is Sarducci's at the Capistrano Depot. You can take the train from almost anywhere and get down there. There is a limited number of return trips. I'll tell you the reason we stopped doing the Santa train after 3 or 4 years is because they greatly reduced the number of runs, and many of our people would have had to be there until almost 6 o'clock after the meeting. So we're not doing the Santa train, but of course you're welcome to it. There's a lot to do down in San Juan Capistrano. So if you ride the train in, hang around after the meeting, you can ride the train back home.
5:30, I think.
5:30, I believe it was 5:30, yeah. Okay, Kathy is going to help us with the Inland Empire's activities report. Kathy Perron.
Thank you. Maybe I want, can everybody hear me? Otherwise I'll just...
Use the, yes, please. And don't give that to Diva, under any circumstance.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeehaw!
April 11th is our next Inland Empire meeting at Felipe's Pizza Grotto. Now, I tried to meet everybody individually and give you flyers for that, and personally invite you. Did everybody get one? I'll take care of it. And also, that's the last day to buy tickets for the Quakes game for May 2nd, April the 11th. And I also have flyers for the May 2nd Quakes game with all the information. And so if today anybody wants to purchase tickets for the game, I can take your money today. It's $8 each cash. If for some reason you are undecided and you want to come anyway, just show up on May 2nd to Stoll and buy your tickets at the box office and tell them you want to sit with the Santas. And the tickets will be just a little bit higher than $9 a person rather than $8 a person.
Are we doing biology again?
We are doing Playology, which is the little pizza restaurant. We're having a short meeting before the game on May 2nd. All the information is on the flyer also. And that was a lot of fun. We had a great time.
The second best pizza deal you're going to find all year. You're enjoying the first. Okay, what about your Inland Empire's next meeting?
April the 11th.
April 11th? Okay.
April the 11th at Felipe's.
Felipe's Grotto.
Yeah, at 1 o'clock.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you very much, Kathy. I appreciate it. We love you for all you do. Is there anybody here from San Diego chapter today? Okay, I'll just let them announce their own activities. They have a website too, by the way, Real Santas San Diego. If you ever want to visit. The Inland Empire chapter has its own website also, which is, anyone know the Inland Empire's website?
The easiest way is just to go to Forbes.
There you go. There you go. Just go to the Forbes website at FORBSSOTOC3 and all the chapters are linked there. Okay, Bob, can you think of any old business that I forgot to put on the agenda? Last month was our first meeting of the year, and I don't remember leaving anything on the table at the end of that meeting. So I don't think we have any old business to attend.
No, just the nomination.
Okay. So the only remaining item on the agenda is new business, and the new business for this meeting is always the nominations for officers in the Orange County chapter. I will remind you guys once again that I will not be available for chapter office this year due to a change in my work schedule. And as a result, we are really encouraging. In fact, before I open the nominations, I just want to take a second to preach to the choir just a little bit. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to run an organization like this, both at the regional level and at the chapter level. Our chapters in Southern California are growing very rapidly. San Diego, Inland Empire, they're doing extremely well. And our chapter is also still one of the premier Santa organizations in the country. The leadership is available to everybody in the chapter.
62?
Any member in the chapter can hold elected office, fiduciary office. The associate members are available for a number of offices as well. So we rely heavily on the ladies, as everyone knows. But we could really use some of the Santas to step up. If you get benefit from being in this group, and I think everyone here would have to admit that you probably do, then search your hearts, search your calendars for an available time slot. My schedule has settled down a little bit, and I have identified 2 hours during most days that I will be available now, so that anyone who wants to step forward and assume a leadership position for the first time. We have new members who are eager for the opportunity to learn, and we've got veteran Santas who are eager to teach them. And the veteran Santas will be more than happy to help you learn how to serve. And we have protocols in place. We have programs that are pretty much plug and play and run themselves. But we really do need the people. We need the bodies. We need the people who will participate in the conference call. And by the way, we do most of our work on the computer now, on the internet. We have our meetings online. The days are gone when we would all gather, thanks to the generosity of our Brown, where we would all get together in the Buena Park City Council chambers. Those days are long behind us, and we do most of our work now online. So if you have an hour or two time slot, anytime in the week, there's work you can do for the chapter. So again, think about your calendar. See if you can think of a couple hours that you can serve the chapter, and then search your heart. And as I said in the email that I sent out yesterday, all I'm asking is exactly what I learned from Nelson Burke and Bob Callahan and Donna Grumke when I started all those years ago. I learned from those three people to find a need and fill it. And that's all I've been doing ever since. Just looking for an opportunity to help, looking for something that needs to be done, and trying my best to get it done. And if I can't do it, find somebody that'll do it for us. So you guys can learn. The new guys can learn to do it, and the old guys who have been waiting for an opportunity to lead, now's your chance. Now's the perfect time to step forward and assume a leadership position. So, having said all that, the nominations committee has been sending out communications for the last 3 weeks, I believe. Over the last 3 weeks, you should have all gotten at least 1 or 2 communications opportunities to nominate for the 4 elected offices that will be on the ballot this year. The chapter offices that are available are president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. The current officers in those positions are myself as president, Greg Ferguson. Greg, raise your hand. There you are. He's our current vice president. Our secretary is Craig Honorov, who is represented by his better half today. And our secretary, of course, our treasurer, of course, is Bob Callahan. So, I encourage any of you guys to consider serving in any of those offices. We have other positions that are nominated by the president, and when the president assumes office, he will fill those positions himself. So, having said all of that, we were going to have a protocol in place right now where the nominations committee would announce the nominations that they had received thus far. Ed's not here. I didn't get an email from him. Or if I did, I didn't find it. I'm hopelessly behind in my emails. Lauren is also on the nominations committee, but it's my understanding that he doesn't have a report to submit to us right now, and we haven't actually opened nominations yet. So all that they would be able to do at best would be to give us a list of the nominations that have come in by email. So I suppose, Bob, you think the best protocol?
Open nomination.
Just open it for nominations from the floor. We should go by office or just general?
By office.
By office, okay. All right then. Oh, you write these down. Okay. Is there anyone who would like to nominate themselves or some other individual for the position of President of the Orange County Chapter? Recognize Bob Callahan.
I nominate Greg Ferguson.
Greg Ferguson is nominated for president. Do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Anyone else who would like to nominate themselves or someone else for the position of chapter president? Okay, these nominations will be opened again next month at the April meeting before we hold the election during the second half of the meeting. So you have plenty of time to think about it if you want to. We will leave it at that. Nominations for president right now include Greg Ferguson. Moving on, is there anyone who would like to nominate themselves or someone else for the position of vice president of the Orange County Chapter?
I'll volunteer.
Lauren Montag, very nice. He's an Inland Empire alumni and a former chapter officer, and he's also an active member in the Orange County Chapter, and we thank you for your service. I also know that he would be more than happy to assist anyone else if they wanted the position as well. So, as it stands right now, Lauren Montag is vice president, is nominated for vice president. Is there anyone else who would like to nominate themselves or someone else for the office of vice president? Okay, we will revisit that again also next month. Yes, Lauren is the only nominee so far. All right, for the position of chapter secretary, we're open nominations for the position of chapter secretary. Would anyone like to nominate themselves or someone else? Yes, Bob.
I nominate Craig Honorov.
Craig Honorov, our current serving secretary. And by the way, I received his proxy by email to accept any nomination that he received for that office. So I'll formally accept the nomination on his behalf at this point. Anyone else who thinks, and by the way, you guys notice that we record these meetings, so the secretary's job is basically to ensure the creation and distribution of minutes from our monthly meetings, and those are extracted from the video, so it's not a very difficult task. This is something that anyone could do with any level of computer expertise, So please, this is a great entry-level position for chapter service. Please seriously consider serving as chapter secretary. Also, if you'd like to nominate yourself or someone else, it'll be open again next month. Final position that's available on the ballot this year is the chapter treasurer. Our current treasurer is Bob Callahan, and I'm going to exercise the chair, the prerogative of the chair to, yes? Okay, thank you, thank you. I'm going to exercise the chair's prerogative to enter a nomination from the chair. I nominate Bob Callahan to continue in that position as chapter secretary. Bob, would you accept the nomination?
Treasurer.
Treasurer, thank you very much. Treasurer, nomination, Bob Callahan has been accepted. Okay. All right, we will reopen the nominations again next month. I invite you guys to join us at Sarducci's for that. And of course, the election itself. The voting will take place during the meeting next month. So please make time on your calendar to join us the third week of April. Sarducci's is one of our oldest meetings. In fact, wasn't it a Sarducci's meeting where we were born, if I remember correctly?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Yes.
It was at Sarducci's where we were born. The idea was here, and the vote took place at Sarducci's, if I remember correctly. All right. So that takes care of that. It says closing remarks. I've remarked quite enough. Yes. Yes. And we have. You know what? I didn't have him on the, I apologize, I didn't have him on the agenda because I just spoke with him today. But I did want Santa Robert to D'Angelo from the Surfside Santas. They are our outlying chapter, and we are really encouraging them to become more, we're really trying to bring the fold to them, not so much as attracting them into the fold. So Santa Robert has organized a number of events for us over the years, including 2 consecutive Whiskeroo beard competitions, in which I did fairly well, I will admit. Still have the ribbons and stuff hanging up in my office. So Santa Robert has some events that he'd like to tell you about out of his neck of the woods. Santa Robert, would you like to take the floor?
Thank you. All right, coming up on July 27th, I have not confirmed this yet, but the Lancaster Jethawks would like to have a lot of us come up for a Christmas in July special. It is a Monday night. Game time is at 6:30, and they will be playing Rancho Cucamonga Place. I'll get as many Santas up there as I can. So,
yeah, the irony is not lost on this room.
We'd love to have you. They are going to be benefiting the homeless shelter that I was their Santa for this year when they fed the homeless on Christmas Day.
Here.
I know it's a Monday night and the game is kind of early. I don't think you guys, I know Kathy is getting
What time is the game?
6:30.
What night is that?
It's a Monday night, July 27th. And something else I would like to see if you guys would like to do. I would like to host a bunch of Santas, possibly in early to mid-May, at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Cedar Valley. It has Air Force One, Marine One, and a lot of, it's a really beautiful library.
It is really a nice, it's a good day trip.
A group of Santas up there, I'd love to have them.
They got a section from the Berlin Wall out there too.
Yeah, they got all sorts. If you're a history buff, it's incredible.
Absolutely. And you get to, where else can you walk onto Air Force One in real life? A real live Air Force One, and you get to walk onto it.
Well, we have the meeting in it.
I don't think it's that big. There's room for his entourage, but not ours. Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking of early May, kind of how many people I can get together. I haven't planned that one out yet. Baseball game, if they do it, it will be July 27th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that it?
Yeah, I just want to get.
Was this regarding Robert? Yeah, Robert. Go ahead.
The seaside zone?
Surfside.
What area does that include? Or
Ventura County and the San Fernando Valley mostly. There's only a few of us, right? That many of us.
Everywhere north of us is them. It's like Inland Empire is everywhere west of us.
Well, but we have a Lake County people in ours too.
Yeah.
When Well, this is the Jet Hawks official Santa badge.
Oh, sure. Yes, Bob. Is this about Robert? Senator Robert? Okay. Oh, and by the way, he didn't mention it himself, and I'll let you guys get together with him. Senator Robert is hosting a Santa school for another Santa later this year, I believe. If you'd like to get with him after the meeting, he'll be more than happy to give you details on that local Southern California Santa school. Bob.
Yes, this is on the whole new thing, not on yours.
Bob and Bob. And
Oh,
Bob.
Robert.
I know.
I just wanted to share with everybody that Joe Mystic, Joe McGreevy in San Diego is responsible for getting these books printed. 3 years ago, we did it in the United States and it cost us about $8.50 a book. And Joe has a tie-in with Mexico, and these books cost us $4.50 each. Wow! The quality dropped a little bit this year from last year. There's some dark pages. But anyway, by Joe doing this and getting this bargain for us, that's how we were able to include the book with our packages. And next year, we're considering passing out the book with everybody that stays 2 nights at the Sheraton hotels.
There you go. That'll be an incentive for staying at the hotel because the room price is going up a little bit. We'll help you offset it.
But anyway, Joe McGreevy deserves a big thank you.
And not just Joe McGreevy, by the way. A lot of you guys know that we had a series of fiascos associated with the annual yearbook, up to and including 1 year when... Yes, sir.
The last day to order a suit for this year is going to be in August. So if you're thinking about getting a new gown or a new Santa outfit, something unique, she is not going to be working right up to the last minute. She's cutting it off in August. So I have her contact information and that's it.
A quick recap for the soft-spoken Kathy for the archives. She's got a recommended dry cleaner who specializes in Santa and other fur costumes. And you were speaking on behalf of Deborah, I presume? Deborah is going to cut off her Santa suit orders this year in the month of August. So you want to get your Santa suit in early. You guys saw the quality of Deborah's work at the reunion this year. She has joined Adele's of Hollywood, in my opinion, in the ranks of the finest costumers in Southern California. So be sure to send her your business. She's a little closer in the Inland Empire for a lot of us than trekking up to Hollywood. Adele's been really good to us, don't misunderstand me. I wear Adele's every year, but it's a bit of a haul to get up there for your fittings, and Deborah's right out here in the Inland Empire, so it's an alternative that you guys might seriously want to consider. Okay. Does anybody else have anything else that they would like to address to the attention of the chapter at this point? Okay then, as is our tradition, I will, Lee?
I just wanted to ask you a question about the general industry. And, I've been mall center for years, and they have a very innovative program going on in a number of the malls this year that the production company DreamWorks was involved in. And also the fact that Simon Company, which owns major malls, is trying to buy a mall operator over in Santa Monica. I know it does Santa Monica Mall and a bunch of them down here. And I was wondering if anybody has any information about what's going on in that industry, so we are up on it and we're ahead of it.
I believe if I could paraphrase the question does anybody have any inside information on the progress of...
Hey, Rick?
Yes.
Get your back here.
Okay. Santa Lee was asking, he was talking about a mall acquisition, there's a big change. One of the mall companies is acquiring a series of malls or something like that. And Santa Lee was wondering if anybody here had any information via their contacts with the photographers on, maybe some inside scoop on how that was going to fall out this year. He is one of our newer Santas and does malls and things like that. So if anybody does have any insider information, please share.
I know that DreamWorks put a big setup in Victoria Garden. And out in, what's that big? I don't know, that big mall. Oh, the big mall. Ontario Mills?
There was one in Glendale Mall.
That's it, Glendale.
Galleria.
About 3 or 4, yeah.
Glendale.
Yeah. And sounds like. Yeah. Anyway, I talked to in Victoria Gardens. The Santa was with amusement, just like I did. He stayed with them all. They kept him because he's been there a long time. They stayed with him. Okay, so it didn't affect his job them building that set.
Has anybody visited those DreamWorks sets?
I was on it.
Quick question, are we in danger? Are they going to replace us in the near future with a CGI Santa?
No.
So they're just creating an environment around the real Santa? Is that what they have? Okay, all right.
They still have, you have to wait, you have to make an appointment to go. Whether you get a picture or you're just going to see Santa, they still do both those things. But they have like a thing you get in and it's like you're in the sleigh and you get excited and stuff. But the Santa, as far as the Santa goes, yeah, I don't see any problem.
Okay, Bob.
Behind
I don't know about DreamWorks, but Vicki and I worked on a set that was made by HD TV. A $5 million set in Lakewood Mall, and it didn't really affect the seamanship. What it all involved with was the people in line were going through interactive stations where they could be in a video, or they could see ads, or they could DreamWorks, or they could probably maybe dive into Google it. You could look out on the world the way Santa does, you know.
Well, I've been telling you guys for a long time, the ones who are a little reluctant to mess with the technology, just relax in your seats. The Matrix is enveloping you, even as we speak. You won't need to come join us. We're coming to you. Yes, Greg.
I was just going to say, if Simon's taking somebody over, it's going to be Nora, and we'll be the photographer. Simon and Nora.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, Lee.
I went to the Glendale Mall with my grandson, and it was quite a production. I was building it right in the mall was cost them over $1 million. They had all this high-end electronics. Basically, the concept was this trip to the North Pole. You went in, you designed on a computer your sleigh, then you got into, sat in a ride that was actually a sleigh, like the rides at Universal Studios. It shook and bounced. It didn't have reindeer smells, but everything else. Then it ended up in a room where they took the pictures. Now, it worked great, and except for the fact that they booked people every 2 minutes. It turned out they couldn't get them through the building faster than about 10 or 15 minutes. So it created a huge line. I did it early in the season, but it was a really interesting concept. And just because you all know what I'm like, I would say that if you don't watch out, these guys are going to end up having electronic Santa Claus.
Well, if it was a new program, then they probably deliberately overbooked to allow for no shows and things like that. Does somebody have their hand up behind me? Okay. All right. By the way, the Glendale Galleria was my first book, from my first job through an agent. I worked the Nordstrom's, right?
Glendale Galleria.
Okay. I believe that is the end of our official meeting. So I'll entertain a motion to close the meeting. Move to adjourn. Any second? Second. Thank you. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all, and please stay.